live. Hello and welcome, everyone. Hi. So let me just kick it off and welcome you guys to this really special edition with lots of faces. It's a little different this time. My name is Marie Bastian. I'm the CEO and founder of World of Mesh, and I'm your host for today's session. And yeah, this new era of digital fashion is just bringing together all these amazing talents from all around the globe together. Today, we're 6 people on the screen, so there's a lot to take in this session. And we're here to share you guys' journey and the projects you're working on and your stories behind it to inspire this whole new generation of creators coming in and the industry as large. And yeah, all of our guests are always speaking on behalf of themselves, not for the companies they work at. And yeah, if you have any questions during the session, just put them in the chat. We'd love to bring you guys in on the fly or answer them afterwards, depending on how the conversation goes. All right. So yeah, today we have a full screen. Like I said, we have the ALANAmagazine team here today. Very, very dear friends and colleagues of mine, and I'm so happy to have you guys all on. Thanks so much for joining.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. Thank you, Marie.
Very, very much welcome. So this session, we're going to do a little different. Usually we kick off with the introduction of the person we're speaking to, a little bit of the journey, the background, but this time it's about the ALANAmagazine. So we're going to give a little introduction of the ALANAmagazine, which Stella's going to kick off. And afterwards, we're going to go into very interesting editorial sessions and projects that each individuals here are working on. And you'll have a chance to give an introduction to yourself then as well to make sure that we spread everyone's background and so everyone knows who's on the session today. All right? Perfect. So let's kick it off right away, Stella. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you. You can maybe just give us an introduction of the ALANAmagazine, the projects you're working on, and what we're going to be speaking about today.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Marie. And thank you guys for joining, making time for this session. So as you guys know, I'm the founder of the ALANA project. We're continuously, though, decentralizing the project. ALANAmagazine is one of the products that we're building in this community. So the people here, yes, they are all part of it one way or another, but mostly for the fashion editorials. But the magazine team is a little bit bigger, but we could not push potentially even more people on the screen. So it's just going to be us for today.
You're representing a team.
Exactly. So ALANAmagazine, as you guys might have heard, is a digital magazine. So it's digital first, and then there's also a print edition. It is a magazine that covers technology, culture, and lifestyle, where these topics converge specifically in Web3, which is something that some of you might know I'm a huge defender and advocate for. And yes, and we're today here to discuss the fashion editorials that are part of this magazine and bring this idea that we're having around these fashion editorials make them a little bit more clear to people, because we feel it's a very innovative approach, but at the same time, it might not be as well understood as we thought it would be. So Marie is here to help us clarify that part.
Always glad to put spotlights on you guys, because I know you guys do such amazing work in the background, and you have such a great collective group, individuals bringing their skills and their excitement for these projects on board, as a collective, as a group. And yeah, I love what you guys do. That's why I'm so glad to have you here. Was no question to bring you on and to highlight the magazine a little bit.
Thank you.
So that was the ALANAmagazine, a little background, but we wanted to also, before we get started with the editorials, touch a little bit on the topic, why it's okay not to be okay sometimes. This is a very creator-focused session that we're having today. And, while we talk a lot about digital innovations and technology coming in, I think also the individuals and the characters and the people behind these projects and in framing what's going on in the world, it can be really rough and tough sometimes, and especially as a freelancer, as a entrepreneur, starting your own business, working independently. So I'd love to talk to you a little bit on that topic, why it's okay not to be okay, and what that might have to do with the ALANAmagazine edition.
Yeah, so one experience that we've had in comparison to the first edition, and the first edition, at least to us, it was a successful first edition, is we saw people wanting to hand in their submissions, but not doing it, right? And then we talked amongst ourselves And we realize all of us are not quite okay right now. Okay. There's a lot of change, a lot of shifting. We're trying to hustle our way forward, and just, nothing is working the same way as it was even 2 years ago. And it's quite hard to deal with. And I reached out to some of our community members also personally and, had conversations with them, obviously not naming names right now, but I think the people who are watching this and who were those people, they know that I'm talking about them. And they had similar problems. They said, hey, I feel very distracted. I don't feel centered. And actually, when we talked last week in the ALANAmagazine meeting about the fact that we wanted to talk about this point in the session, also here with you, Marie, Shelpan actually wrote a beautiful piece that we're going to post probably next Monday on our paragraph. And he said, like, I felt inspired, but also, yes, like, being a creator in heavy times is a big ask, because creation needs somewhat of like a mind that, quoting him, can wander and explore. And if it feels too heavy, too incarcerated to be able to do that, that's a really big ask of creators, right?
Yeah.
One to burn this up to say, yes, of course, we're inside. We want to show you what we're trying to put together to give all of you a spotlight. But at the same time, we do not want you to feel bad or, bummed out if you cannot submit your work, So we want to make sure, like, whoever is watching this understands that part as well. Like, we're not going to be angry. We're not going to be upset with you guys not submitting. We understand being a creator in these demanding times is a really heavy ask because we're creators ourselves. So, yeah.
Fully spot on. And I know when we were preparing the session, you guys brought that topic up, and I immediately could completely relate to that topic. Because there's just so much going on, sometimes it's hard to focus, and it's hard to find a time for especially these individual contributions that you do. Sometimes you have different priorities in your everyday life and your work, and things happen. But somehow something about working on a project and actually pouring your creativity into something that's not restrictive, that gives you a little bit of a project to focus on instead of what's maybe going on in the world, I think is really healing, and it gives you a little bit of a calmness in your everyday life, even though it's sometimes hard to take that step to actually do it, as we all probably can relate. But when you do it, it's your own little project you're working on. And I just wanted to bring in an example for that, because just before the session, I had a call with my husband, my hubby, and he said, "Oh yeah, your innovator series today. So who's coming on? What's the topic?" And I told him the ALANAmagazine. Of course, some of you guys says, "Oh, this sounds like it's going to be soul food for you, and it's going to be really good." And that's what the session is also for me, and this whole platform. And it's totally relatable to, submitting something to ALANAmagazine. It gives you a piece of control and creativity, also blocks anxiety, and it's just really, it's a good way to deal with the world going around us today. That's why I love that you brought it up. Yeah, contributing to this session is definitely a big point there. Yeah. So, I mean, if you have anything more to add to that, we could go through it. Or we could also head straight over to the actual editorials that these amazing ladies here have been working on and preparing for everyone. If it's okay for you, Stella, I'll just bring in your screen and you can share the website. And yeah, we'll take you guys through where you can find the information. Maybe we could also bring it at the end where we can find it. But we do want to start with introducing the different 4 different editorial topics, which you can use to contribute to, add your creativity and how you can connect with the team. So, who's up first? For which one are we starting with? I think it's Sogand, right?
I think it's Sogand, yes.
Yes,
Sorry, my mic was off.
but
Yeah, we started with the Orbelan editorials, actually.
You wanted me to share the Milano board, correct?
Yeah, it can be Milano, it can be the brief, whatever it's easier for you.
Can you see the Milano?
Yeah.
Okay, heading over to your mood boards.
So these 4 sessions, everyone, just so everyone knows, you can find on the website. We'll be sharing all the details at the end, how you can access it. And these are the 4 briefings that you can choose from to participate, just so you have a little background knowledge. All right, go for it, Sobe.
Yeah. Thank you. So I'm gonna officially introduce myself. Sorry, I didn't say hi. Hi. This is Dogan, and I'm here today with Nastara. I don't know where is she. Maybe here. Oh, she will be joining me a bit later in the conversation. So together we are the founders of Orbiline. Our backgrounds are a mix of jewelry, design, and fashion, and we love working at the intersection where these worlds meet. So we can say Orbiline is a cross-industry platform where ideas from fashion, digital art, and wearable tech all come together. And we are also really happy to be contributors at ALANAmagazine and also to introduce you to our editorial team that, after what Stella said, I hope help you to feel better and lighter. And it calls Aerodynamics a Human Experience, which we created for the air edition of the ALANAmagazine. The idea just started from something super simple. Working with something you can't actually hold, but you can always feel. Air. Air is everywhere. It's invisible, but it connects us, moves through everything, and sometimes even shapes what we create. In fashion and design, air isn't just empty space. It gives life to fabric, changes the shapes, and even moves shadows. And so for this editorial, we wanted to turn that invisible element into something you can actually see and feel, even if in digital space, you know. So instead of focusing only on body, garment, and accessories, we shifted the spotlight to the space around the body, the movement, the flow, and the atmosphere around it. Here, air, as you can see, is about more than just motion or beauty. It's about perception, that little fine line between the physical and surreal. Maybe I can say. Also, I can say we want digital fashion and accessory designers to capture the feeling of the air in their work, not the air per se. Like imagine how in some of our photos in the mood board, you can say how fabric floats or sways, inflate, or simply hangs in the breeze. What happens when wind touches a dress, like that picture exactly, or when hair gets caught in a gentle current. Our direction for this project is about movement and softness, flowing curves, organic shapes, and absolutely no hard edges or stiff lines. Here, I think I'm going to leave the conversation to Nastan to tell you more about maybe a little bit of setting, environment, color, mood, or textures, since she had more hand practically in it. But in the end, at its heart, air is our theme about experiencing feeling through form. I can say it's about how digital fashion can go beyond just looking good, maybe. It can make you feel something, set a mood, or tell a story even in digital world. We can bring it from physical to digital and bridge this gap. And for us at Orbiline, this is not just a thing. It's a state of mind that we want to keep it always about freedom, transformation, and connection. And I personally believe even in digital world, design can move people and create a real emotional impact, I hope. I'm going to pass it to Nastan. I think I'm done for now.
Okay, can you hear me? Like, am I okay? Perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna continue. She almost covered everything, but I will just pinpoint some of the stuff that might be left out. So basically, we chose like this kind of aesthetics to have more like down-to-earth approach conceptually, because we realized like we both come from physical fashion background, and that just made a lot of more sense to us to combine it into this like more ethereal theme of editorial. And to speak more practically, we wanted to have like this studio shooting, which is something very minimal, something that you might have seen before with a little bit of outdoor, something very simple, very minimal, but having like the garments that are going to be lended to us as the narrative and the models as well. So basically, the concept revolves around the different ways that wind can interact with earth objects, and that can be interpreted by designers any way that they like. So what I would suggest is to completely avoid literal visual languages. So basically, if we're talking about air, the first thing that comes into mind would be maybe wind or something, which is very beautiful, but fashion specifically, and more specifically editorials, are more about communication, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a manipulation and a manipulated idea that can deliver the meaning of air for you, so it can interact with the hair of the model, or it can go underneath the skin, it can be used in the fabric, so on and so forth. So it would be really great for designers to think with more depth and use this concept to create new stuff, especially if like their initial ideas come from maybe AI, and also for the editorials that are AI. AI is normally programmed to generate very literal results. So in doing like creative work, it's better to be smart, like your art relies there to be very smart in generating ideas. Do not be literal, because that's where the communication and the emotion goes, and try to like kind of push your soul into the AI for better results, so it can represent you, new ideas, not basically anything that can be generated. So yeah, this one is 3D. So there is a lot of more space for designers to move through it. But again, there are no limits. We already suggested some fabrics, some color palettes, and it's obviously not going to be very limited to that. So feel free to choose from it, take it as a reference, and come up with really, really, really creative ideas that are yours, because I think today is very simple to generate an image using digital tools, but what can make it feel very special is what you do with it, how you manipulate it, and how you can make it yours. So those are the garments that we're looking for, because they're going to tell our story. Basically, as you just saw, everything is so plain, just a little bit of color, a little bit of shapes, and your garments that are going to be lended to us are going to be the storytellers. So that would be my 2 cents.
That's beautiful. I love it. Thank you so much for introducing to both of you guys. I like also the reference of air, and how we can weather the storms of today's, but in an ethereal, light way that takes the weight away. I think Sogan, you mentioned freedom, transformation, creativity. I'm not sure what the last one was, but I love how it really brings that together. It's a very very beautiful project. That
the last thing that I think I did not point out was that the ZPRJ file can be downloaded in the brief. So they will already have like these fabrics that are a selection or exclusive selection for this collection. So they can be downloaded, and they can start working with the file itself.
And just to clarify for everyone who wants to join in on this project, so they can use those materials and color suggestions, but it's not limited to it, right? You mentioned people can also break out of it and be a little more free. But I love it. It's a beautiful palette. I think you also have a little holographic fabric going on. I think I had a look at that already, right? Very in line with my personal aesthetic as well. So very, very gorgeous. I love it. Well done. Cool. Okay, so let's see. So that was the first briefing, and just for everyone out there, we have 2 different buckets for these 4 briefings. So 2 editorials are with 3D, and that's the first one involving 3D, and 2 editorials also involve AI image creation, right? So you have like 2 worlds that people can tap into.
It's correct. So Nasaran's and Sogan's editorial is a 3D only. So you have to download the Z project file. You have to draft this in 3D. And we're going to render this for you in a very aesthetically pleasing way, we promise. We even have Orchidia 3D, who will be on the curation council to help us out, making sure this looks top notch. And the next editorial, which is a Lawrence editorial, it is actually an AI one. So you can submit AI imagery for that one. And then Elan's is also AI, and mine is 3D again. I think that's the order. It's like 3D, AI, 3D.
Okay, so we can head right over to the next AI editorial. And that's limited AI or also AI, just to make it clear to everyone.
No, this is only AI.
Only AI. Very good.
Yeah.
All right. So Lauren's in the call. I'm not sure if the screen is working because I see a black picture. Can you hear us?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go for it.
Well, you'll have to just imagine what I look like now. But hey everybody, great to be a part of this and connect again. It's been a while. Just a brief intro on me. My name is Lauren. I go by Ultra digitally. And I am a fashion designer. I've been in the industry for about 15 years, from Paris to New York to London. And we met through the innovation space. And so learning different ways to integrate things like AI. So excited to see what you guys will come up with for this brief. So what inspired this direction, which is called Dark Skies, is really maybe something we can all feel right now. And so there is a bit of a challenge. It does kind of feel like a bit of a darker time. And so the goal for this is really to help you find your empowerment. And one way to do that is something that I do. I create an alter ego. And so that's something like when I say ultra, it's essentially like an alter ego that I created to kind of empower me and like help me get to where I'm trying to go. So that's like one of the core aspects of Dark Skies is putting together a sort of hero character. Maybe it's you, maybe it's a fictional character. And we're going to have this really as like the core central part of the editorial, and trying to think about just personally, like what's your cause? What kind of setting do you want to be set in? And how are you going to kind of like take your mission forward? So visually, there's a lot of contrast. We have like some spotlights. So these mood boards are very much initial direction. So feel free to take it in your own way. So you can see there. So high contrast, this feeling of empowerment. And then as far as like the detailed direction, for garments, feel free to explore with like kind of a protective armor-like silhouette, something that can empower you, protect you on your mission. And then you can also explore like different contrasts within that. For the environment, like we see here. So yeah, great. We can go ahead and download this. So once again, we have the mood board at the top. And for the environment, as you feel, as you want to be set in your stage, but something that does have a high contrast and makes the core figure come out and shine. Something that feels powerful, where natural forces kind of collide with that silhouette. For our key character, we can look for like some generated poses. We can have like between one core character or maybe there's three that become like the hero or heroine of the story in like a very powerful inspirational pose, either in the process of acting or reflecting. And lastly, just some color palette options. So these are more jeweled tones that can be integrated with that kind of dramatic lighting and environment. So that is a bit of an overview, and hope that is clear to get started. But yeah, I think just taking this as a really personal journey of empowerment through times that can feel challenging is how I would say for this one.
You know, Lauren and I, we've known each other for a while now, and I love how I can see like your handprint in this project. I've also experienced your creation of your alter ego, Ultra Sharp, which I'm such a fan of, and it's exactly, it aligns so well with your project, like the empowerment your alter ego has, the way you just enter the room and we do know that there's a lot of power behind creating these alter egos. I think Beyonce has her alter ego too. There's a lot of people that create these to really step into that power when you need it, or to create that environment or that strength when you need it the most. So I love how your project just has such a personal touch in there and such an alignment. Really, really nice to see.
Awesome. Yeah, I totally agree. And like I think about why I'm a designer, and that probably also has that comes through here. It's like I did it to really like create try to drive and go for my dreams, but then use it as a tool to get there. So I think that probably also comes through. So maybe like those who are doing the brief, think about like where are you going and how can you get there through empowering your identity. So good luck.
Very powerful last sentence. Love it. I think we can leave it right there. Awesome. We have some hearts going on. Cool. Okay, so let's head right over to the next editorial project. Ilan, I think this one spot is for you, right? I think you have to unmute yourself.
Hi,
There you go.
Can you hear?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Elanjanae from Elanjanae Codes. I make fashion tech content. I paint. Basically, I'm an artist and creator. So I'm really excited to meet with you all today to share my fashion editorial theme, Harmony's Thread. So for me, I'm going to be honest, my favorite color is pink. As you can see, I'm wearing pink right now. So for me, when I think about air, my mind kind of went to atmosphere, celestial, nebulas. And I think that's one thing that is really exciting about the nebulas and the atmosphere is that it can produce colors. And I think what's so fun about Harmony's Thread, the biggest idea for me and what was inspiring for me was the power of collaboration and unity while also embracing your own individuality. I think with society today, it's so easy to get caught up in competing with others, comparing yourself to other people and measuring yourself against other people, but it's a waste of time. So I think that's what is powerful about my fashion editorial theme is the fact that that's a waste of time. You can just focus on collaboration. And when you do that, there's so much to be discovered. There's so much that you can create. There's so much that you can have fun with. You can celebrate yourself and your own individuality while also celebrating other people as well. So that's the biggest thing for me with Harmony's Thread. It follows several protagonists where they're in the shadows, they're in the dark, and once they embrace the light and embrace diversity, embrace unity, embrace collaboration, that's when a whole galaxy explodes and there's creativity and there's creation and there's life. So that's what's exciting and what excites me about my theme. In this editorial, you can find sophisticated, clean-cut ensembles as well as a feeling of elegance and grace and style and class. So I think that whoever selects this theme as their creative projects that they would like to submit for, I think they could have a lot of fun with this. The biggest, boldest color again is pink, and yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Very lovely. Well, pink's spot on with the Alana project, especially Stella's pink hair.
Yeah, that's
That's full circle moment.
it's fun.
No, but also here again, because I've had you on this show as well, and I got to know you a little bit, and I can also totally see how your individual character also goes into this project, because two words that come to my mind is empathy and connectivity. I think those are two words that really describe you really well. You have this warmth and this ability, and it totally comes across in your project. I love that. I think Nasran or Sogad, you mentioned at the beginning that bringing this personal, note into your project, not letting it be too standardized. You guys done that. You've delivered on that with your project so far, so that's super cool to see. Nice. All right. So that was that project. Thank you very much, Ilan, for introducing that. Stella, I think you're the next, right?
Yes, I am. I feel I have the hardest one now because everyone did such an amazing presentation. Oh my God. Okay.
Go for it.
I will try my best. All right. So my fashion editorial it's the second 3D fashion editorial. Ilan's was an AI editorial. So just so you know, so for Lawrence and Ilan's projects, if you want to submit, make sure they are AI generated. If you want to submit for Nastaran, Sogand, or mine, then make sure it's a 3D item that you're submitting and using the set project file that we have linked in the brief. So we have an easier time to redress and pose the models that we are using. That's really important. Okay, now getting into Urban Ascent. So Urban Ascent it's kind of like inspired from a little bit of the journey I think that I went through over the last few years in Web3, but also how the world has like sadly developed in the last few years. So it's a little bit of a mix. It's also pretty personal, I guess, because that's how we creators approach things, right? Nothing that we do is ever unpersonal, and hence we are always somewhat interwoven in the projects and the themes that we choose to visualize through the skills and the tools that we usually handle and use. So this is why you see, a Dadaism poster. This is why you see the little girl from Schindler's List in my mood board. There's reason for that, right? Although I should say it's still different from Lawrence because it is less about a hero character, and I think it's more about the like seeing the world from a different perspective. So what I think or what I do for myself to, keep on track, keep delivering things, even though it's sometimes really hard to do it as a creator these days. I just really try my utmost best to look at the things that are cool, that are working, that I find I want to support, and that I just think could potentially make the world a better place, right? So trying to visualize that every day when you wake up, it really helps keeping you on track, in my opinion. And this is also what this editorial is about. So you see like a lot of like harsh things, like somewhat an invented brutalistic architecture. You see the Dadaism, you see these kind of signs, but at the same time, there's lightness, there's elegance, there's a shine of hope, I want to say, in all of this. And I'm trying to focus on that as best as I possibly can without losing of the tracks of the things track that I think need to be better, need to become better for all of us, right? So this is also why my color palette is, I guess, a little bit contradictory. So there are some really light colors and there are some really in your face colors because I wanted to give you guys fun stuff to play with. So there's that. And then as obviously, this piece that actually I think I have not really, so stupid, because this already exists in 3D. It's an entire 3D, like created environment in Blender. But I also feel like if I open this now, it might just crash the streams. Or maybe a good idea not to do it.
We can imagine the 3D,
yeah, but
6-degree turn.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was thinking, okay, so at first I was thinking, how would I put this in the studio, right? And I was like, okay, if I put this in the studio, maybe I just have these like little windows that I render, and then I don't need the entire building structure. But then the original inspiration for this type of brutalist architecture was actually the Tower of Babel. So I was like, oh, wouldn't it be nice if, there are models on every level here, and I could maybe do a final render that, like goes bottom up through these different like poses, and shows that there is a model on every level of this building. But yeah, it's also very much a work in progress. I think a lot of things, as in real fashion, they will be decided last minute, right? So it's not really a new thing, I guess, for any of us, that this is how it usually happens. And so if you want to submit to Urban Essence, this is where you would find the brief. So this works for every editorial the same way. There is a little indicator, and I should probably share this now. There is a little indicator in the upper right corner that tells you if it's 3D. So you see this 3-axis symbol. That means it's a 3D or only editorial. Obviously, you can click these links of our names. So if you feel you have a question that you do not really want to ask in the Alana Telegram and you rather ask to us personally, then just reach out to us on LinkedIn. I think I linked all of our LinkedIns on here. And here you will see the mood board again and a little bit of an explainer. And yes, these images, they are chosen as representation. They are not ours, okay? Just to clarify, this is literally just a mood board. And here you can learn a little bit about the type of garments we're looking for, but we really tried our best to keep us as open as possible. I think I can speak for everyone saying that. A little bit about the environment, the poses that we're going to do for you, so you do not have to, go crazy on these things. The color palette in hex colors, so you can use it. And another set of 5 different fashion materials you can choose from. They are all made in Substance Designer, so they're pretty high quality. You can use them. You do not have to use them. You can change the colors if you want. There's a lot of things you can change around in these materials. They have a lot of different output settings. So feel free to play, because yes, I agree with what everyone else said. We want you guys to have fun with this, right? Distract yourselves, but put it towards your own craft, right? Hone your craft and distract yourself that way. And yeah, and here you can find the Z project file again. So I guess this is all I have.
Really great. I had a little goosebump moment. I'm not over exaggerating right now. I did, because there was this one moment when you started explaining your project. You were talking about things going on in the world, and also here I can fully see your fingerprint on this project, because what comes to my mind when I think of you is also standing in for, standing strong, being authentic to the max, being also consistent. And you can only do these things if you're following projects and topics that are important to you, where you see a purpose in, or else you wouldn't have that energy to do all the work that you're doing, all the contributions that you're bringing to the space. So I think it's great, and it's maybe that's also a little inspiration for everyone who's thinking of working on your project, thinking of maybe the topic, what they think is important to stand up for in this world, what they think is a important message that needs to be shared. Doesn't always have to be literally written on words, but it can also be expressed in an artistic way, in a form, in an outfit, in an expression. Maybe it just came to my mind. I love your project. You did really well. You didn't underdeliver at all.
Thank you.
So
yeah, the thing is, we had some questions recently because people were like, hey, did we already miss the Air edition? So just to clarify, no, you didn't miss it. But same as you, we've been just trying to hold it together too, trying to make our own world work, right? Before getting on the Alana magazine and making that hopefully work for many people this time around. So just so you know, we're still building. The content curation board is almost finalized. If you have any topics that you believe are important, just as Marie said, then please bring them to our attention. No selections have yet been made because we want to give everyone 3 more weeks to hand in to these fashion editorials. Because if we do not get enough submissions, they might just get killed off the magazine, which would be a total bummer. It's at least what we think. It would be a total bummer. So yeah, please consider spending some time on these. And maybe one more thing that I want to mention is, so you're not only getting the exposure through the magazine, and if you're handing in something in 3D, we will render it for you very professionally with the right light and everything, and you can put it on your own portfolio. But also we will teach you in the coming weeks how to mint your own creation. so you can sell it through the magazine. And we will teach it you in a way where this selling product is entirely under your control with Unlock Protocol. So we will have no say in it. The only thing you need to deliver to us eventually is the link to connect it. And it will be on the website live. It will be on the magazine live, because we want to make sure that at least we enable you to generate revenue through this. We cannot guarantee it, but we want to at least give it a try and see if that works for one or the other person.
So good. So for everyone out there who doesn't know the Alana project or the magazine, that's such a core element of what you guys are working on, because sharing information, educating everyone in these new technologies in the Web3 space, how you can sell your assets, everything involved blockchain and wallets, and you can learn all these things if you guys follow and connect with the Alana project, which I also follow and connect. So it's a lovely full circle that you're building this into this project as well. It's not just a co-creation of a magazine where people can actually participate, get exposed and visibility, but they're also learning how to work and navigate these digital worlds, and how as a creator you can also make yourself independent from third-party platforms, get more in control of digital sales. So I love it. Sugar. Very nice. So I think the whole topic about also sharing those digital assets, so the digital fabrics that you created in Blender, for example, is also goes really nicely into the topic open source, which is also something we wanted to touch on in this session. So maybe you can speak a little bit to the importance of, first of all, what open source is in your definition, so everyone out there understands, and why you think that's important, and how we can tap into this space collectively.
Yeah, sure. So I think open source is actually something that's very known from the developer world, right? It's not something that in fashion or design is a very well known and understood concept. And I remember when Lauren and I first met, we were part of a project where this was pushed on us, so like making all our creative work open source. And we were like, wait, but that is different, And so, no, this is not what we're going to do. Don't worry, your work remains your own. And we also say this when you submit on the magazine, on the ALANAmagazine website. It says in the fine print, it says this is your product, right? We are not going to make any money off of this, because this is extremely important for creators to understand that just because you work for someone doesn't mean they own everything, right? So, but okay, going back to open source. So what we do at the Alana project is we think what needs to be more accessible and open source is education, right? And everything that's anchored into this. And so this is what we're trying to do by publishing guides, by, giving people access, hopefully, to knowledge that they can put to their own use, because we believe that is important. And we use technologies that are open source. So, for example, when I said, hey, we will teach you how you can mint your own product, right? More specifically, and don't worry, it's no code. It's really easy to do. We will teach you how to deploy your own smart contract. So you're not only the owner of an NFT that you've minted, but you actually will be the owner of your own smart contract. So you will be at the root of the power that sits on big platforms like, OpenSea, etc., right? Because they own the contracts. You own the NFTs and the NFTs you have minted, but you do not own the contract. So we will teach you that. And the protocol that we're using for that is Unlock Protocol, where I'm also a steward. It's an open source protocol under the license of MIT. So people can freely use the contracts and do whatever they want to do with it. They can sell products. They can, put out subscriptions. We're using it for the ALANAmagazine actually as as a way to sell it. So yeah, and yeah, it's just, like Marie said, I guess I'm a huge believer of this kind of stuff, because this is where true power in creators for us lies, in technology, if it's open source. So I also highly encourage you, if you want to submit an AI editorial, right, then maybe consider learning Comfy UI. Comfy UI generates this on your computer. It's an open source tool. Don't underestimate the power that lies in these tools for you, not for us, not for anyone else out there, for you as a creator.
Oh, I love it. And so for everyone out there who's not into Web3 terms, so I love adding just more information. So Stella talks about minting, NFTs, and smart contracts. Basically, it means creating digital, like a picture, selling it over smart contract is just the contract between buyer and seller. And yeah, so it's basically just selling. In this case, if you'd have a creative work or an image you created, selling that digital image to someone else with new technology. And that's a whole exciting world that just blows your mind. And yeah, I love how you're just building that into it. So thanks so much for sharing that as well. Yeah, I don't know, Sogan, do you have maybe anything to add to that? Or would you like to maybe also share with us if you have anything to add, go for it. And if not, if you'd like to head over right away to just sharing with everyone how they can participate in this project, how they can hand in their editorials projects. I mean, maybe we can also share a little bit of background on that.
Yeah, sure. Do you want to show the screen of the website, Stella? I think a little bit each of us has told about how they can participate, but in short, we can say simply go to ALANAmagazine.xyz. On the screen homepage, you see two editorials, two open calls. We are talking about the editorial completion. Click on it. You heard the themes. There are 4 themes, 2 3D, 2 AI. In short, choose whatever you like, you feels right to you, and start building a piece. And who knows, your art might end up in the next issue of ALANAmagazine. Super simple. Pick your theme, read the brief, create your work, and upload before deadline through these forms. And on the right section, you see you can upload your 3D files as well. It can be a Google Drive file or whatever. And that's it. It's super simple. And whenever you need, read everything that, of course, you can find in the terms and condition. And whenever you need for more information, you can just drop us a message on any kind of social or contact directly to ALANAmagazine. Of course, you always find someone to help you through the steps. It's not really that hard.
Thanks so much, Sugand. And I just want to say it's so nice to meet you also and Nastaran on this platform, because you guys I can add you now to my network, which I'm really happy about. The rest of the
We're happy really to know you too.
Yes, it's super nice yeah, maybe we can deep dive on your stories at some in some session as well. And learn a little bit about your background, so we can highlight you as well. But this was really a wonderful project. I think it's a great opportunity for anyone to jump in and to just get creative and empty their head a little bit from the worries that's going on, and learn on the way. I'm like I said, I'm always rooting for you guys, and I'm super excited. Learning more about your projects. Actually, I'm thinking I might also hand in a project, just because I haven't decided yet on which one, because they're all so good. I'm going to have to brainstorm a little bit more on that, because after reading it.
I just wanted to add this, sorry. Since you're saying that you're not sure which one, you can submit even to all of them. There is no limitation. You can submit to different projects and different works, actually, before you to tell that.
Super nice. I might do a 3D and an AI one just to cover them both. But yeah, at the end, it's probably also a time question. So I'll see what I can manage. But by the way, I love it that we have like 3 weeks as a time span now, because it's not too long, so you can just push it away and forget about it. So everyone out there, let's sit down this weekend. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to work on a project, and I invite you guys all to do it with me. Even if it's just generating maybe a AI project is quicker than a 3D project. Depends on what you're doing there. Go for it. Don't think too much about perfection. Submit it, hand it in, and join us on this journey, because I'd love to meet you guys as well on this platform. And I think if you participate, we can also connect as well. So, I think this was a really good session. We're starting to come to an end. I'm just looking in our chat to see. But yeah, till now we had a lot of familiar faces we see. Javier is here as well. So good to see you. A lot of praise going on. Thanks to everyone for the support, also for the Alana project support. I can definitely see your community is on fire for you guys, and keep up the amazing work. Any last words you guys want to add?
No, just saying thank you for hosting us. Thank you for everyone who joined. I saw Ritzy was here. Alexander and the Choice Style team is amazing.
Great.
They're always there to support us. They're always here for you, right, Marie? So thank you guys. Amy was here too. Havo, of course, is like our community guy. So if you have any questions, he is also great to speak to, because he's part of the ALANAmagazine team. Nico is here. Swarnali. Oh, nice. Yeah, great, guys. Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you all for your love and support. Very much appreciated. Very cool. So, I think that's a wrap. You guys have a great weekend, everyone. For everyone out there who wants to participate, we have a date. We're going to sit at our computers, laptops, and get a project out, pipe it out, and send it over. Welcome anyone to join, and thank you all for pouring also so much thought into your projects. I can see that it wasn't just AI generated. It's fully, you guys put your heart and soul into it, and a lot of thought, and well done. It's really, really nice project, and I'm excited to see how it turns out and which projects are going to evolve from it. Very nice.
Awesome.
All right,
everyone. Thank you, Marie. Thank you for sharing your space with us.
Yeah, really. Thanks, Marie.
On it.
You're very welcome. All right, ladies, have a great weekend. See you guys.